Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fans of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and every single member of the True Heel Nation. This is your good brother Jay News with another edition of Jay News Japan, talking to you tonight about Night 9 of World Tag League 2020 and Best of Super Juniors 27 tournament action. Night 9 basically rounded up each round robin tournament, and we come to find out who are the top point getters in each particular tournament to decide who goes on to the finals on December 11th. This event took place Sunday, December 6th, 2020, live in Fukuoka at the Fukuoka Convention Center. In attendance, 2,389 fans were there. I believe this is their largest crowd since letting fans back into arenas due to COVID. So, long match listing. Try to break this down for you guys as I always do. Here we go. First match of the night. We had Yuya Uemura up against Robbie Eagles. This match actually felt longer than it was, which was cool. I have to say, yet again, Yuya Uemura did his thing here, man. He took Robbie Eagles. I'm not going to say he took him to the limit, right? But he gave Robbie Eagles good, solid competition in this match. Robbie Eagles knew that he was no longer dealing with a young lion. During commentary, I did listen to English commentary this time around. It seemed that Kevin Kelly, Gino Gambino, and Chris Charlton all were in agreement that Yuya Uemura should be out of those black trunks and black boots. They did mention that usually for those young lions who participate, specifically in the Best of Super Juniors tournaments, when they do participate, they usually go ahead and go forward into excursion and aren't seen for a while, and then make a comeback to join the main roster on New Japan. Good match, solid action between the two. Yuya Uemura here looking sharp as he has throughout the entire tournament. Robbie Eagles, not the MVP of this particular of the Best of Super Juniors tournament, but he is definitely one of those guys who rose his stock in the Super Junior division of New Japan here. Robbie Eagles gets the win here after 7 minutes and 30 seconds with the Ron Miller special. He made Uemura tap. Robbie Eagles ends with a 4 wins, 5 losses, 8 points record, and Uemura no wins, 9 losses, 0 points in what was a tenacious showing throughout the entire tournament. And on top of everything else, we are walking into, I believe, looking at the schedule for the rest of the way out. We're looking at one more event before Wrestle Kingdom, and I'll get back to that later, I guess, because for whatever reason, when you're watching New Japan World, ever since they installed and got that new video player going, it freezes up on when you want to go to different pages and things of that nature. So at this point, I'll see if I can get back to the main page. I was just trying to get back to the schedule page, and here it is. So the schedule page is as follows. Super J Cup is on the 12th. The finals for the Super Juniors and the World Tag League is on the 11th. And then we have a Road to Tokyo Dome, a house show schedule, basically, from what it looks like, on the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. And obviously, the New Japan Strong shows to round out the year. So I'll expect more story building for those particular road to Tokyo Dome shows for the acts that'll be participating in night 1 and night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom. And I will want to see if Yu Uemura ends up in any of those preliminary matches, and if or he gets ghosted for the next couple of weeks until he might, speculation on my part, might re-premiere or re-debut, should I say, at Wrestle Kingdom with a new gimmick, moniker, who knows. So that's the reason as to why I brought that up. Second match of the night, World Tag League match. We had Bullet Club A and B teams going up against one another. A team, Yujiro Takahashi and Evil versus B team, Chase Owens and Bad Luck Fale. This match was only 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Complete chicanery and tomfoolery in this match. Yujiro Takahashi, I have to mention this because of the importance of what it is. And yeah, it's important to me, damn it. Yujiro Takahashi got Chase Owens in the ring and basically was trying to trick Chase Owens into believing that Peter was in the building and that she was going to come down and join the party so that obviously Chase Owens can enjoy the beauty that is Peter. And that was a little bit of trickery on Takahashi's part towards Chase Owens. He went for the roll-up pin, kicked out, or whatever have you. Chase Owens then called Takahashi a liar and proceeded to try to get out of the ring and tag in Bad Luck Fale. That didn't necessarily happen. And Takahashi continued to try to screw and tease Chase Owens in other ways, handshakes, begging off and things of that nature or whatever have you. But both teams ended up with 3 wins and 6 losses, 6 points apiece. The actual winners of this match to end up at 3 and 6 were Chase Owens and Bad Luck Fale, when Chase Owens got the schoolboy roll up on Yujiro Takahashi. Not much action from Evil or Bad Luck Fale in this match at all. Third match of the night, another Best of Super Juniors final night match. Ryusuke Taguchi, the veteran, versus Douki. 8 minutes, 50 seconds. Douki basically was played up during commentary, where everyone, Gino Gambino, Kevin Kelly, and Chris Charlton were all stating the facts about how Douki basically had a coming out party during this Best of Super Juniors 27 tournament, regardless of his record. And Ryusuke Taguchi, I guess the overall theme for Taguchi was to get over that 69 hump. Taguchi, who was the 69th IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, long list of champions in that particular division. He was the 69th champion, and he was also stuck on his 69th win all time in the Best of Super Juniors tournament. So 8 minutes, 50 seconds, Taguchi, Douki, good back and forth between the two veteran Japanese wrestlers. Eventually, Taguchi wins the match with the Dodon and ends his tournament with 4 wins, 5 losses, 8 points, and Douki ends his tournament with 2 wins, 7 losses, and 4 points. Fourth match of the night, we had yet another great showing here from Toa Hanare. Hiroshi Tanahashi got his ass beat, got his ass handed to him. The Gorillas of Destiny basically dominated this match. It only lasted 3 minutes and 55 seconds. The GOD came out during Toa Hanare and Tanahashi's entrance and beat them down before they could even get into the ring. Jumped them. They got on Tanahashi's knee real quick, so that took Tanahashi out immediately, and they made quick work of of Hanare, even though Hanare was hanging in there with those Tongan boys, showing off that mana, that spirit, that these Polynesian wrestlers bring to the ring. And I don't know, man. A part of me kind of felt like if God ever wanted to break away from the Bullet Club, they could take their younger brother Hikuleo and Toa Hanare, maybe battle Fale and create their own faction of those island boys, and just cause a muck, because that energy, they bring a very specific energy to the ring, and to the promos and things of that nature. So I think it would be kind of cool, but that's just me projecting and whatnot. But the God wins here. They strapped on the sharpshooter to Tanahashi after they went after his knee initially. God advances to the World Tag League 2020 finals. I'm saying that now for perspective. Tanahashi, after the match was over, had to be basically carried to the back. 2 bags of ice were taped onto his knee, and the commentary, the feel of the commentary was such a somber feel, because no one knows where Tanahashi is going to go from here. Hanare was heralded about the great work that he had been doing during the World Tag League tournament, and obviously Hanare has a bright future ahead of him. 5th match of the night, Master Watto versus Hiromu Takahashi. This match went, how can I say? There's no timestamp on this match, because this match went like 100 miles an hour from start to finish. To be quite honest, this match was at such a peak speed between Watto and Hiromu Takahashi. There was no let up. I would say, from the feel of it, from if I can, the match before lasted 3:55. The match after went 11 minutes and 46 seconds. I would say this match roughly anywhere between 8 to 10 minutes, to be honest. But they went at 100 miles an hour at each other, and you saw Watto step up to the plate and try his best against the main man in the junior division, that is Hiromu Takahashi of Los Ingobernables de Japón. But Hiromu ended up coming out with a win here, as he should have, based on booking and everything else in between. 7 wins, 2 losses, 14 points for Hiromu on the win, as he used time bomb number 2 to defeat Master Watto, who ends up with 4 wins, 5 losses, and 8 points for his Super Junior tournament. To do the roundabout here, God ends up with 6 wins, 3 losses, 12 points from their end to head into the finals of the World Tag League, and Hanare and Hiroshi 1 win, 8 losses, and 2 points to end their World Tag League tournament. Now we go to a match that I have to say was way better than I expected it to be. We have the Empire Boys, Jeff Cobb and Great O'Khan, up against Sanada and Shingo Takagi of Los Ingobernables de Japón. This match lasted 11 minutes and 46 seconds. And for the first time during this entire tournament, I mentioned it during my last video, where I felt like Jeff Cobb and Great O'Khan were finally starting to get on the same page, finally starting to find that camaraderie and that synergy as a tag team, and not just be 2 singles wrestlers who were thrown together to be a tag team. This was their best match of the tournament. Sidebar: Night 9, which included both Super Juniors and World Tag League, best night of either side of the tournament. I would have to say, just because the matches were well put together, the booking was excellent throughout, and everyone showed up and put in the work to make these matches fun, exhilarating, fast-paced, and hard-hitting, as what we expect from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and their strong style dynamic. Back to the tag match here. Jeff Cobb and Great Khan looked real good in this match. Sanada and Shingo Takagi fluid as usual here. Knowing that God was on a mission and understanding how they start, how the momentum has started to spark for Finjuice, I knew that Sanada and Shingo weren't, or I felt that Sanada and Shingo weren't going to be in the finals of the World Tag League. But the way they got beat here by Jeff Cobb and Great Khan was something I didn't expect from a booking standpoint. I didn't expect it from a visual standpoint. It was a very definitive win by Jeff Cobb and Great Khan over Sanada and Shingo, because Jeff Cobb and Great Khan definitely did a number on Shingo Takagi, and they were able to neutralize Sanada throughout the entire match. Ended up being that Jeff Cobb hit the Tour of the Islands on Shingo Takagi to get the win. He got the pinfall over the never open weight, the never open weight champion, who is Shingo Takagi. And basically, they during commentary, they started to build maybe a future match, a Wrestle Kingdom match between Jeff Cobb and Shingo Takagi for singles, being that Jeff Cobb just got the immediate pin over Shingo Takagi in this match. Leaving Sanada out of Wrestle Kingdom here. Great Khan is out of Wrestle Kingdom as well, because Will Ospreay is going to face off against Kazuchika Okada. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out necessarily. They might debut another member of the Empire to go into some sort of a special tag match or whatever have you, or create some sort of a quick storyline for Great Khan to have a special singles match at Wrestle Kingdom against maybe Sanada, maybe someone else, or whatever have you. But the Empire Boys end up 5 wins, 4 losses, 10 points. 5 wins, 4 losses, 10 points for Los Cinco Blancos de Japón. 7th match of the night. Yo. Man. If you thought Hiromu Takahashi versus Master Watto went 100 miles an hour, these boys, Sho and Taiji Ishimori, where speed isn't necessarily what makes them what makes them good as professional wrestlers. Yo, these dudes were flying, and I don't mean like over the top rope and flippy dippy shit. Like, no, the speed in which they wrestled this match was absurd, and it was 12 minutes and 10 seconds of like just straight action, straight speed and action and hard hitting maneuvers and freaking, what else can I say, man? The high impact stuff that Taiji Ishimori brings to the table, and Sho's ability. I have to say this because after the last 2 matches, especially Sho's match with Hiromu and now Sho's match with Taiji Ishimori, I'll say this: Sho's the guy who's willing to take the dangerous bumps in his match. He has to be very careful with that sort of stuff. I understand you want to wow the crowd and have something that the crowd can go home with, that they can remember. But between Watto taking the sunset flip power bomb to the outside tonight and Sho taking it the previous night against Hiromu, and then now in this match between Sho and Taiji Ishimori did the apron pile driver spot. I'm like, shoot, man, I get it, from a visual standpoint, but man, Sho shouldn't be able to get up from all this stuff, and he is, which proves his mettle. But I agree with some of the old school guys, where less is more. Even though a lot of them don't like the hyper athletic, flippy dippy stuff that a lot of the Super Juniors and or just modern day wrestlers do, but these guys aren't flips and spot monkey kind of guys. They're more entrenched in the finesse and submission and high impact end of the Super Junior spectrum, and it just goes to show, no pun intended, how much Show brings to the table. And Taiji Ishimori, I completely agree with what they've been saying on commentary the last several shows. The dude's super underrated, and he's the actual IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. 7 wins, 2 losses, 14 points for Taiji Ishimori as he wins with the Bloody Crossover Show in a fantastic last match for both of them in their tournament. Then we go to the match here, which I didn't expect much from, but it was very entertaining. Toru Yano and Tomohiro Ishii of Chaos versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Tai Chi, the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions of Suzuki-gun. There was a lot of counter wrestling on the part of the Chaos faction members. And Zack Sabre Jr. and Tai Chi basically, well, at least from my estimation, were pulling off their standard fare of offensive moves and things of that nature, along with ZSJ's spectacular defensive wrestling. Tai Chi getting his strikes in. I would say Tomohiro Ishii, still the Stone Pit Bull. They have reinvigorated the no-sell character throughout this tournament, which is good for me to at least sit with, and Toru Yano doing his usual Toru Yano stuff. But at the end of it all, 10 minutes and 36 seconds later, the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions hit the Zack Mephisto. And surprisingly, the most surprising part about this is that they hit the Zack Mephisto on Tomohiro Ishii, and Tai Chi got the pin over Ishii here. I would have expected Yano to eat the pin, being that the Techers were gonna get the win here. But being that Tai Chi got the pin over Ishii, that feud that's still not over. So we might see more of Ishii and Tai Chi one-on-one down the road, if anything. Then we had an interesting match. Bushi versus El Desperado. 12 minutes and 53 seconds. I went into this match with no expectation. Reason being, Despy was high on the leaderboard, with coming into the match with 12 points. Bushi was coming into the match with 8 points. And I said to myself, they're going to figure out a way to either get Despy into the finals, because the bigger match is Despy versus Hiromu, because we already came off of a Shingu Stadium match between Hiromu and Taiji Ishimori, and or as the finals for the Best of Super Juniors, and or they could have given us something different finally, where they would have figured it out in a way where the 3 top point getters in the Super Junior division would end up in a triple threat or a 3-way dance and stuff like that. I think the last time they did that was 2012 or 2011. I think it was Finn, Ricochet, and Bushi, if I'm not mistaken. And that, it's been such a long time since they've done that, but they did not do that here. That's me just, fantasy booking or whatever the case is. But good match. But yet again, my superstition, my thing, my gimmick has ridden true. Bushi's entrance. He came to the ring fully suited. What does that mean, folks? That means Bushi is losing the match. I didn't want to feel like he was going to, because if he would have gotten the win on Despy, it would have been just a rematch of Shingu Stadium for Hiromu and Ishimori, because Ishimori's had been so dominant during this Best of Super Juniors 27 tournament. So the two dominant forces would have ended up being in the finals, but to no avail here. Bushi came in fully suited, nice green mask, excellent, and dapper as always is Bushi. And he brung the fight in this one to El Desperado. But at the end of the day, Desperado was working over that knee and working on that leg, as he has been with other opponents throughout this tournament. Used numero dos, the muffler submission, and beat Bushi after 12 minutes and 53 seconds. Despi at El Desperado of Suzuki-gun, 7 wins, 2 losses, 14 points. Bushi, 4 wins, 5 losses, 8 points. El Desperado goes on and advances to the Best of Super Junior 27 finals versus Hiromu Takahashi. Then the 10th match of the night, the barn burner, the most emotionally gripping match of the night, was the tag team match in the main event. Quick mention, after Desperado wins the match, he grabbed the mic and cut a promo. Hiromu did come down while Desperado was cutting a promo. He took the microphone away from Desperado and basically said, "Hey, I'll meet you in the finals. Good shit, but you ain't got nothing on me, kid." So we'll see how this ends up. El Desperado and Hiromu Takahashi are going to freaking burn it down. So I expect a fantastic match on finals night on December 11th between El Desperado and Hiromu Takahashi. Tag match. Finjuice, David Finlay, and Juice Robinson versus Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto of Chaos Faction. 15 minutes and 50 seconds. Finjuice came into this match with 10 points. Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto came into the match with 10 points as well. The winner, whoever won this match, was going to go on into the finals of the World Tag League. One of the most emotionally gripping matches of the World Tag League tournament. I was so invested because of the way that Finjuice had to overcome the losses that they took in World Tag League, and also due to the fact of how good Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto have been together as a tag team. And I'm being emotionally invested with those guys as well because of Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi's attempt to get to those World Heavyweight Tag Team Championships, which is their goal. They want more gold, and they've been poking at that Yoshihashi emotional stick lately, giving us or wanting us to care more about Yoshihashi getting more gold. So it was an emotionally intense match, well worked. Obviously, it's New Japan. Very physical, very high impact between all four of these gentlemen here. No let up, another fast-paced match as well. Everybody got their shit in. no one missed a beat here. But ultimately, those gentlemen from the Chaos Faction took the loss as Juice Robinson, after quite the melee that happened between all four of them, came out to hit Pulp Friction on Hiroki Goto to advance to the World Tag League 2020 finals. After the bell rung, something New Japan doesn't always do, but they always save it, which is always a good thing. So it's always surprising. After the bell rung, after David Finlay and Juice Robinson were declared the winners, and the explanation of the points and them going to the finals were made, the Gorillas of Destiny came out during their celebration and laid out Finjuice. G.O.D. ain't playing games. G.O.D. out here to make sure that they gonna do what they gotta do in order to take that World Tag League trophy home, because it has evaded them all these years. Ain't nobody realer than Gorillas. I've been saying it for several recordings now. I feel that this is their year, and if it's not, then I'm not sure what's left for G.O.D. in New Japan, to be honest. But but because of what's going on with some of the American promotions, i.e. AEW and Impact, and how Impact has talent that is that will be coming to Japan in 2021. Japan being New Japan, and obviously Jon Moxley in AEW still being the IWGP US Heavyweight Champion, having to make his appearances for New Japan as well. There's going to be some crossover, guys. There's going to be some crossover here. So I expect GOD, if they don't win this World Tag League and Finjuice wins 2 years in a row, which has happened previously in World Tag League action, I expect GOD to be making their presence felt here in America in 2021. That's all I gotta say about that. And that was the wrap on the final point getting night for both World Tag League and Best of Super Juniors 27 tournament. So full card for finals night goes as follows. We're gonna have a interims, 6-man tag match here. We have the Chaos Faction Boys, Sho, Toru Yano, and Robbie Eagles. They'll be going up against Bullet Club members Bad Luck Fale, Taiji Ishimori, and Chase Owens. That'll be the first match of the night for the World Tag League BOSJ 27 finals. Second match of the night is going to be another 6-man tag. It's going to be the return of Kazuchika Okada, Toa Hanare, and Hiroshi Takahashi. They'll be facing off against that Empire faction, Will Ospreay, the Great Okan, and my man Jeff Cobb. We then have a straight up tag team match. It will be Sanada and Shingo Takagi of Los NJPW versus Evil and Yujiro Takahashi, the Bullet Club 18. This is a blood feud. I expect more action. I expect more physicality out of this tag match. Something's got to go down, and I feel like it will. Another tag match here. Interesting dynamic, I would say. We have the great Kota Ibushi tagging with Master Watto on his way to the Grand Master versus Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, and Tetsuya Naito, the double champ. So yet again, Ibushi, and Naito will be facing off in another tag match here, and we'll see how much more develops during this match. Then we have World Tag League Finals. Finjuice, Juice Robinson, David Finlay up against those Tongan boys, the Gorillas of Destiny, Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga. This will be for all the marbles at World Tag League. Expect this one to be physical. Expect there to be a lot of shit talking between the two teams, and expect this one to go at least 20 minutes. I feel, regardless of what I just said earlier, I feel like GOD should take this one, because this is the only thing they haven't done in New Japan. But if they don't, I don't think I'll be too heartbroken about it, just because I think 2021 is going to be a tremendous year for professional wrestling outside of the WWE. So look forward to that. And then we got the finals for the Best of Super Junior 27 tournament. We've got the man himself, Moto Hiromu Takahashi, the face of the Super Junior division, versus El Desperado of Suzuki-gun. This is a good finals. They're gonna tear it down. They're gonna try to kill each other, and they're gonna pull out all the stops. So I'm geeked for this one. So I'm ready to roll to watch these finals, which will take place on December 11th on NewJapanWorld.com. And to give you guys the roundup here as well, I wanted to mention yet again the Super J Cup, which will be streaming on NJPWworld.com on December 12th, and run down the gauntlet of matches that will take place. So the first match is going to be a tag match. It's going to be the return of Ren Narita tagging with Carl Fredericks, the Alpha Wolf, versus Bullet Club members Kenta and Hikuleo. Then it'll be a one-on-one match, Super J Cup tournament match. The debuting in New Japan of Leo Rush versus last year's Super J Cup winner, El Phantasmo of the Bullet Club. Then, one-on-one. This young man has completely impressed me. Thank God that WWE hasn't snatched him up yet. Blake Christian, all heart, will be going one-on-one versus one of the best luchadors on the planet today, Ray Orris. One-on-one Super J Cup action there. Then we have the two American Grandstand dudes who've been in the business for over a decade at this point, and this will just be a great mix and match of styles. TJP, Mr. Perkins, will go up against ACH Go one-on-one in Super J Cup action. Then we have a match you can automatically say, hey, I know what the result's going to be, but this is going to be interesting. Chris Bay, who I believe is currently some sort of champion at Impact. If he's not X Division champion, he might hold something else or whatever. Because recently I think I saw like a shot of him with a belt or whatever the case is. It'll be Chris Bay from Impact versus Young Lion. Still a Young Lion. For what reason, I don't know. But Clark Connors, one-on-one versus Chris Bay. And I feel that they're contrasting styles. I've seen clips of Chris Bay and his high flying style, and the not ground and pound, but high impact and ferocious style of Clark Connors. This contrasting style is going to be a good one for the Super J Cup. So that'll be the first round action, and then winners from each individual Super J Cup. However that breaks down, will continue on into the night because it's a one-night tournament. So it should be a good show for the Super J Cup. Thank you for continuing to watch and listen to your good brother J News here on J News Japan. I hope you guys have liked all the content and appreciated the time that we here at True Heel Heat put into what it is that we do. Look forward to, obviously, Best of Super Juniors World Tag League Finals Night review from me as well. Tomorrow I will finally sit down and catch up with New Japan Strong, aka Road to Detonation and Detonation shows, and give you guys my spiel and review on that and what's been going on over there. And keep it locked, y'all, because I'll also be doing a separate review for the Super J Cup show on its own come the weekend. So, as always, folks, make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. Be good, y'all. Be good to one another. Stay safe out there. And keep doing your best. This has been your good brother J News. I'm about this for now. I'll see you on the flip. Peace.